Hello. Today's date is June 23rd, 1996. I have had a wonderful life. It was a gift that was just lent to me and is now to be returned to the sender. If my wishes have been honored, my casket is wrapped as a gift with a bouquet of flowers that have a great deal of sentimental meaning to me. The purple flowers are from Mary and Bill's wedding, the white rosebud are from Scott and Carla's, and the peach roses, which just happened to match my dress, are from my mother's 95th birthday party. Speaking of the dress, I wore this to Mark and Penny's wedding, so all my children are represented. Put my glasses on to read the next part. Since I have no idea of today's date, I shall start from June 2nd, 1995, when I was diagnosed with a vagus nerve schwannoma. Isn't that a beautiful rhythmic word for such a lousy diagnosis? The medical problem has made a profound change in my outlook on life, as I have always been control freak and believed that I could accomplish anything and everything on my own strength alone. Through meditation, I have developed an inner peace and a spiritual dimension to my personality. Through adversity, we can find strength and love. Without it, our life would be one-dimensional. From time of diagnosis, my family and friends have offered so much love and support that I have exceeded all medical expectations. It has been a time of learning and of love. As you will see, there is no clergy person here. Who else can talk about me more than I can myself? After all, I've been doing it for 63 years. On November 13th, 1932, I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to Marge and Eddie Gilfon, weighing in at 7 pounds 11 ounces. If you are a gambler, those are lucky numbers, and I have been lucky all of my life. After waiting almost 7 years, my parents were thrilled with the arrival of their little princess, although my mother claims that I was such a difficult child. That's why I have no siblings. I used to bemoan the fact that there was not an older brother to get me dates, but I had certain advantages, such as traveling with my parents, that I might not have had otherwise. The teenage years were uneventful. How can life be eventful in an all-girls school? I first met chubby-cheeked, angelic-looking Alvin in December in the lobby of the Webster Hall Hotel in Pittsburgh, where I was attending a prom and Al was going for coffee after working the midnight shift at the post office. Mr. Pollack had a strong dislike for my escort of the evening, so decided to ask me out for spite. The moral of the story is that spite can lead to 45 years of marriage. Our first child, Suzanne, was a magnificent jewel that was just lent to us and was recalled at age 4. Next was Merrill, who Big Eddie Gilfon nicknamed Verbrunter Rater, which means fiery redhead. Initially, with green eyes and red hair, we thought a mistake was made in the nursery. However, she resembled her father so strongly that we were sure she was ours. Along came Mark Lovich, the Pollack baby, 8 pounds of sweet mischief. Forgive me, Mark, I just had to use that one more time. Last but not least, Scottula, who was gifted with an unbelievable disposition, a blessing to parents of 3. In 1996, I adopted a Barbadian daughter. In 1996, I adopted a Barbadian daughter, Jackie Ward. Jackie and my lives have become so intertwined that she feels all of my hurt and pain. She has helped channel her energy into me, her love, her unconditional love, and has given me courage to continue. I shall be eternally grateful to Jackie. children managed to survive being schlepped to women's club, footlighters rehearsals, and across the country in the back of the station wagon, and many ordeals which I can't remember, but I can be damn sure that they will. In 1952, RCA beckoned Alvin to Camden, and we moved to Collingswood to apartment 728 in the Parkview Apartments, where I made and sold pizzas. We were threatened with eviction unless I ceased operations. The pizzas were good and the business wasn't bad, but we stayed. As our tribe increased, we moved to 307 East Main Street in Mapleshade until we purchased our first home at 171 Wedgwood Drive, Cinnaminson. In 1965, Alvin had a heart attack and the commuting to Hightstown was taking its toll, so we moved to Lawrenceville, to 179 Oakland Terrace, and finally to 7 Millbrook Lane. I mention the house numbers only to demonstrate how the number 7 has been involved with my life from birth. 7 pounds, almost 7 years, and all of our house numbers. Maybe this will be 1997. Moving to Lawrenceville opened a whole new vista for me. My interest in crafts and people helped me secure a job at Parkway Nursing Home. I managed to remain there for 18 tumultuous years until it was sold in 1987. Shortly thereafter, a senior's direction was born. I must thank Scott for that idea. To my 4 beautiful granddaughters, Brittany, Erin, Asia, and Allie, try to remember the cooking and craft grandmother and the great times we had together. In retrospect, the years were few, but the quality grand. Just thinking about our times together bring tears of joy, happiness, and sadness. Sadness because maybe we won't be doing that again. If I leave you with any thoughts, there are 2. What is, it's wonderful to be, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And you can handle any adversity if you understand that the adversity cannot control you, that you have to have control of it. My life bring you nothing but joy and happiness. Okay, now for the love of my life. It's not always been easy for you to live with me, a control freak, but you must admit that our life together has not been mundane. Like the time I volunteered for you to drive the mosquito truck in Cinnaminson. We always said we wanted to die together, and perhaps we have. Maybe you're laying beside me. If so, somebody stop the tape. You were wonderful to travel the world with me, even though you wouldn't have done it otherwise. But secretly, I think you enjoyed every minute, well, almost every minute of it. This past year has been very difficult for you with my far-out ideas on treatment, as well as control of my illness, death, and funeral. I never was very conventional. By the same token, it has been one of the best years of our life together. We affirmed our commitment to each other, and as well as growing emotionally. One of my favorite sayings is, life must go on, but always maintain a sense of humor. When I was in Barbados, I met this exceptional family from Scotland, Gail and Alex, and they had 2 children. One, a 4.5-year-old, his name was Jack, and the night before I was leaving Barbados, they left this under my hotel room door. I'd like to share it with everyone. The sea is relentless. It never gives up.